spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation.
Spark a dream that we're meant to follow.
You're listening to the Extra Magic Hour, brought to you by Walt's Apartment Podcast and the DisInsider. Join the team in the studio as they bring you the spirit of Disney through park news, history, and tips and tricks to make your Disney Parks vacation even more magical.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Extra Magic Hour. We are at Disney Parks Podcast, brought to you by DisInsider.com, Getaway Today, and Designer Park Co. Right? That's it. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay. I was typing my notes and wasn't sure, but welcome back. We're back. It's been a bit since we've had a show. We've had D23. We've had missing shows and sick people and everything going on, but we're back. We're going to try to get back on schedule here this week. Speaking of not being on schedule, I'm sorry there was no live show this week because stuff came up and we couldn't do it. But we're going to try to give you this episode this week. Well, we're going to give you this episode. And then Lewis and I will do a Main Street View as well this week. So we'll get both those out this week for you guys to enjoy. I'm joined by my awesome, amazing co-host. We have Brianna finally back at work. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. And you're closer to work now, so you're getting to sleep a little bit longer, enjoy life more.
Yes, I'm excited.
But farther from Disneyland now.
Further from Disneyland, but...
How far away?
Probably about, depending on traffic, anywhere between 40 minutes and like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh, geez. Wow, it just depends on when you go. And then, well, welcome back. Welcome back to work. We have Lewis, fresh off the Off-Market Mouse Expo. How are you doing, brother?
I am glad to be back home. I've kind of uncluttered my desk. It had the last like 2.5 weeks between all the trips. My drawing desk has been buried, so it's nice to see it again.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about what September brought us. The last day in August, you and Brianna and Lewis both did the Getaway Today tour with Getaway Today and saw some cool hotels in Garden Grove, and were able to check that stuff out and learn more about Getaway Today. Thank you guys for doing that. Then D23, all of us that are on it tonight, we're in the D23 group that we cruised around Disneyland with, and D23 itself, and went to celebrate Matt's birthday. If you listened to the 2-hour show last week, you heard all that stuff. But it's good to be back. It's good to talk the parks because that's my biggest passion is the parks. We also have another guest with us, Nicole. Welcome back into the Extra Magic Hour. Nicole was with us down at D23 and at Disneyland and helped us do our show last week, and has helped Brianna in the past do Getaway Today tours. So welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight?
I am fantastic. Thank you for asking.
And you're going back to Disneyland just a few weeks again, right?
Well,
you can't get enough.
We leave October 1st for our Disney cruise. Mm-hmm. We're going to be on the Dream.
Oh.
And then we come back for a few days, and then we head to Disneyland for Oogie Boogie for my birthday.
Nice. Right on.
Very exciting.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for stepping in. Sam is not here with us tonight. Sam has taken a couple of weeks off to take care of some stuff as well. But she'll be back. All the shows will be back here in the near future. But just look for all of our stuff coming back out. We got some Disney Parks news to talk about. We'll get into news. I do want to thank our sponsor really quick again, DisInsider.com. It was really, really cool to see them and hang out with them at D23. I know Brianna Lewis got to hang out with them at the Off-Market Mouse. They were the title sponsor for that. So was it good seeing those guys again? You guys got to meet Dempsey, right?
Yes, we got to meet Dempsey. Hung out with everyone again. Amber, Skylar, Derek, Josh. I'm missing someone.
Chris, Amber's husband.
Yes, Amber's husband.
Oh, Nick. Was Nick there? Nick wasn't there, right?
Nick wasn't there.
Yeah.
Josh was there. Dempsey was there. Michael, which is a coworker for Skylar. Yeah, it was pretty tight. Brianna came over and grabbed me and said, "Hey, Dempsey wants to meet you. Saw your artwork and he wants to meet you." I'm literally walking across the venue like I'm going like the principal's office. I was like, let me shape up real quick. So it was really cool to meet everybody, and it was tight to really see them on a not smaller level, because I felt like the expo was really popping, but see them a little bit more closely of what they do, because I was not there for D23. Right. And if you saw Rad Beer, that episode, well, that was a fun night. So
yeah. I think. Do you think I put that episode out on an audio podcast, the Rad Beer event? What do you guys think?
Honestly, I listened to it and the audio is pretty garbage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Did you listen to it on the live stream?
Yeah. I went
back
back and rewatched it on YouTube, and
yeah.
I mean, we could, but I'm not going to lie. I could barely understand half of it.
Okay. What about the other show, the one that we did in the booth? How was that one?
I think that one was better, but I didn't listen to as much of it. I didn't go through and listen. Okay.
I just wasn't sure, and I know we didn't do the Sam and Lewis episode because, like I said last week, I was at Disneyland, didn't want to. I just didn't feel doing it. But we'll get back on track here. But let's get into some stuff. We got some Disney Parks news. I'll kick us off with some Disney Parks news. This is more of a rumor, which I think is kind of cool. I know Joey got to go to the SEA panel at D23 and was very, very excited about it. Sam is a huge fan of SEA. Nicole is as well, I believe. I don't know if Brianna and Lewis, are you guys into SEA? I don't know enough. I don't know enough about it to say I'm a fan.
I would call myself a casual fan.
Yeah.
I like to actively learn about it, but there's a lot of streams that go off, so it's hard for me to keep everything straight.
Yeah.
I'll go with a casual fan.
Yeah, I know the Jungle Cruise is based on it now. That's all I know. So that's about all I know about that. But Lewis, are you a fan?
I'm a fan of anything Tony Baxter's involved in, but I know absolutely nothing about it.
Perfect. Okay, so the rumor is that since at D23 at the panel, they did not talk about the treehouse at Disneyland. It was not brought up at all. It was the biggest letdown, and everyone was so mad and disgusted that they didn't tell you what was happening at D23 about the Encanto treehouse, because that's what everyone automatically thinks is Encanto. I don't think it's Encanto. That's just my opinion. The rumor is that it's going to be based on C or SEA. Is it C or SEA?
SEA. No, okay. It was SEA because that's what Joey said, that they got mad about that. Yeah. That they said you're not supposed to say C. That it's
so it's SEA? SEA. Yeah. Okay. So it's supposed to be loosely based.
Us fans will call it whatever. They can't control the internet. But
that's right.
Try. That's how Baby Yoda started.
SEA is possibly what they're going to base the treehouse on, which completely makes sense because it's an Adventureland. Or I'm sorry, it's Adventureland. It's an Adventureland, or it's the end of Adventureland going into New Orleans Square. But the weird thing to me about it is that you have Indiana Jones in the middle of it. You have the Jungle Cruise and then Indiana Jones and then another SEA thing. We'll go around the room here. I'll start with Brianna first. Does that make sense to you to put SEA treehouse there?
I think it does. I think this would actually give it more recognition. It would. I'm hoping that they would put enough in it that people could learn about it, and that way it's actually quote unquote interesting to people. Like obviously, when you don't just throw in an IP of a popular movie, then it could be a little turn off. But then that's what people have been wanting. People have been saying over and over again they don't want to see all the IP. They want something original from Disney, and they've been doing a lot of the SEA stuff. So I think it would make fully great sense. I don't know if I'd climb it to see everything, but I think it's a good spot for that. Overall, I would love to see that. So I'm an avid fan of this rumor. Okay.
Nicole, what do you think?
I have some mixed emotions, to be quite honest. So on one side, I agree with you, Brianna, about just how they're going back to some more original. And I feel like most of Disneyland, or that side of the park, kind of ties into, I say C, but SEA. It ties in. And no, it doesn't really bother me about Indiana Jones being in the middle because it all just kind of blends in. I just don't know that I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Lewis, you're very rare to not have an opinion on something, so I would love to hear if you have one on this.
So I do have an opinion on this. I think it's a cool idea. They obviously cut quite a bit of the Tarzan's treehouse off the entrance.
You
lost the bridge, which I thought the bridge was the coolest part of it, to be honest. You cut that off. Indiana Jones being in the middle is a bit hard, but the cool thing about the SEA that I have learned is it's almost like a underground thing. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So I don't think Indiana Jones being in the middle of it is going to be a big factor, but you can really do something that outside queue of Indiana and have some hidden gems in there, and also drop some more storyline to really bring that in. Because Indiana Jones, it's behind it, but the line queue is the only thing in between it. So you can do something with that outside queue, have some little hidden Easter eggs, stuff like that, and tie it in. I think it's a great idea because Tarzan's Treehouse is really not getting attention by anybody. So why not kind of give it that hidden lore that people are looking for?
But is it the adults that are going to go into that treehouse or into the SCA, or is it the kids? And the kids aren't going to know or keep up with SCA at all.
That's a good point.
Right. And I kind of got that too. And then I was thinking, I know on the cruise ships, a lot of the kids clubs have SCA stuff in it. Like,
it is.
So I was like, I kind of thought of that a little bit, but I was like, obviously, unless your family's really popping with money, I don't know how many kids are going into the kids club constantly on the cruises and then coming in being like, Mommy, look, the treehouse about the cruise ship. Like,
like,
but they're also supposed to be having a Disney Plus series potentially coming out, and I don't know where that's geared to and like age wise, but if that's something a little younger too, that could be a neat little tie-in.
But also too, how many kids climb that treehouse to actually see what's in it, or just to climb it because it had a bridge, and at the end you can bang around on Tarzan's instruments. Because like my kids, when we went up there, they would always want to just go to the top, look down, and run down. So I think with the treehouse, it's kind of playing to both. Parents can enjoy it for those hidden Easter eggs. Kids are going to enjoy it for the climb and the push. But I really do think this SEA thing is happening because David over at Fresh Baked did a video yesterday.
It was yesterday or today. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw it.
And there's still a lot of the remnants of Tarzan's treehouse there. So I honestly think that the SEA thing is more than a rumor, and it's going to come full circle. And if it is going to come full circle, I love that they didn't announce it at D23. That would change my whole perspective on it because it kind of keeps that almost like Disney Illuminati vibe.
I like it. I'm really disappointed with how some people reacted to a lot of the panels, like especially like the parks panel. We didn't hear this. We didn't hear that. And like stomping their feet like they were angry about it. I'm like, calm down. You still got really cool news, and you got to be there. But I'm going to ask you guys. We've talked about this a few times. I'm going to ask you all again. Nicole, what would be your ideal thing to see in that treehouse?
I go back and forth, right? So
the video right now, Lewis is here wringing his hands. He's so excited.
Whatever they do there, I want it to be more traditional. I don't want it to be Encanto. I don't want it to be whatever new. I want it to be more traditional. And I do. If that rumor for SCA is true, I love it. Love it. But I haven't, to be honest, given it a great deal of thought of my imagination and creativity. Like, what would I like to see? Because to be honest, it's been hella days since I've climbed that freaking tree.
I have not climbed that thing almost like 5 or 6 years. It's been so long.
Like it's been a long time. Did I love it? Yes. Did Emma and I do it when she was older? Yes. So sadly, to let you guys down, like I don't really have a vision or I haven't put thought into it. That's but fair. I'm not sad if it's going to be C. Not sad at all.
Brianna, how about you?
Honestly, I have pretty much the same answer. I'm not climbing that treehouse. It better be a really cool.
If it really is C. If it was Bucky and Loki at the top, you'd be climbing that thing every time you were there. So there is something that you would.
Maybe I would finally get in shape to climb that treehouse then, but it's sure not happening right now. Okay. And there is not much that's going to make me consistently want to climb that treehouse. They could have honestly tore it down completely, and I would not have shed a tear. Yeah. Like
that's fair, and that makes sense. Lewis, what do you think there, brother?
So I agree with what you guys are saying. Nobody really climbs it, but since it is there, there's a handful of things that I would love. Me as a Jungle Book fan, do the same thing you do with Tarzan, where there's little just nods in the movie, Give me I would make it to where it's a split theme thing. So what I would do is create remember how they used to have limited time magic, where the treehouse is very general to treehouse style movies, but you climb up it, you go through all the activities. At the end, you have either like a Robin Hood meet and greet sometimes, a Jungle Book meet and greet sometimes.
Oh, there you go.
You have those Adventureland type vibes, but you do it like where you can use it for different overlays, or you do like a Chippendale Rescue Rangers like headquarters type vibe, or even like Tailspin. Tailspin will be tight because you got Jungle Cruise right next to it.
That'd be cool.
But I got tons of ideas. Like I could like the treehouse, but I do agree. Whatever you put in there should be solid, but don't put too much money into it because honestly, nobody's climbing it. I mean, we have rides now where they're 3D and you're watching movies. I hate to say this, but the physical aspect of it is gone. So unless you're going to put like elevators in there or like escalators going all the way up, don't put too much into it. But I would love to see something Jungle Book or Robin Hood.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
So they have like a princess, like they have that. So where the princess is very similar to like if you had Robin Hood or Jungle Book or Chip and Dale, like that is brilliant, yo.
That's a really good idea.
Because that is still very much that same vibe of what they do, like Pixie Hollow. Like yes, Team Young L for sure.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Okay.
Yes.
I'm still thinking they're gonna. I feel like Disney is putting a lot of their eggs into Princess and the Frog, into Tiana, and they just opened the new store in New Orleans Square. I would not be surprised if it was like Mama Odie's Treehouse or something like that. I would not be surprised to start off New Orleans Square. But then again, that makes Adventureland so small, having only 2 little rides in it. So it's, I don't know. I do like Lewis's idea. I think it's a really good idea or like Nicole said, some kind of like a meet and greet to where it's kind of something always different. I think would be cool to where they can change it quickly to be able to go do something. You can meet Wanda.
Country Bears.
Country Bears. Yeah, you can meet Winnie the Pooh. It's a hike up to meet Winnie the Pooh or Jack Sparrow, but it's always something kind of different. I think it would be keep it fresh. I think Swiss Family Robinson was talked about. That's what it used to be. They are coming out with the Swiss Family Robinson show on Disney Plus, and there was a rumor that it could be that too. It could be anything, and we've talked about the Treehouse for months on this show, and I guess we'll find out sometime in the near future. We don't know it's the near future. We don't know when. So it could be,
It could be the end of 2023.
It could be the start of the queue for Splash Mountain. I mean, we have no idea what it could be. We have no idea. It could be a bridge over everything into Tiana's, like, whatever. Let's get into some more news.
We're going to have a fitness challenge or like climb this treehouse and then go paddle those canoes.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll see how many rings you can close on your Fitbit.
Tiana's Treehouse brought to you by Apple. By iHealth. Yeah. Brianna, what news do you have for us?
So I have the very, very sad news that Kite Tales in Walt Disney World Animal Kingdom will be taking its final flight on September 30th.
Didn't last long.
It did not even make it through the entire 50th celebration. This was a 50th show, and they had already shortened it once, and now they're just taking it away.
That's kind of sad. It never worked right, did it?
Honestly, from what I understand, yeah. Like, I mean, they're gonna fall like that. There's no graceful way to just bring down a giant balloon. Like, so... And then, so I was kind of reading some stuff, and some people were like, well, there's potential. Is it because the balloons are being damaged? Like, are we... Because of the massive falls that they take? But, like, they land... Most of the time, they land, and their landing spot is just... You can't just make them land gracefully because they're giant balloons, giant kites.
So September 30th, so that's in a week.
September 30th, yeah.
Oh, okay. Anything else on that?
Show. No, goodbye.
Nicole, Lewis,
King and Jungle Book.
Any thoughts?
I mean, that show seemed. I mean, I never seen it in person, but that show seemed like it had great potential.
Right.
But you're hoping that wind, air, weather. You're hoping a lot
all
on
of
something
it
you have no control over. And then you're using jet skis in water, which you can't control the water either. I mean, I love the ingenuity on it. I love that you saw
Do you though?
You don't normally see, but you were really reaching for something when you built that. Like, it sounded better on paper.
They're like jet skis and kites. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, I feel like they're like, let's just go ahead and end it now because it's hurricane season and we're never going to be able to get it up and going consistently.
Imagine that. The next hurricane comes flying through. You got Baloo flying over your house from Walt Disney World.
Cole, what do you think?
Are you guys going to judge me if I say that I don't even know what you guys are talking about?
You don't know kite tails?
No, how sad is that? Like, I promise, Brianna, when I hang up with you guys, I will go and YouTube it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to.
And it's, I mean, not, like, I definitely am not the knower of all things Disney, but I'd like to think that I enjoy kind of geeking out and researching and looking at the shows. Yeah, no clue.
That's fair.
When you look it up, you got to watch like 4 or 5 videos because every video is different.
And then you got to look up. Then you got to look up kite tail fails. I'm sure there's videos that you can probably find on there. And it's like the kites crashing. I mean, like Lewis said. I mean, there's so many things. Jet skis are unpredictable. Water is unpredictable, and wind and kites are unpredictable. You don't put 4 things like that together and hope you get. I mean, I
for
feel
something
bad.
That's so controlled. Like
I feel bad it didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad it didn't work. Okay. Nicole, what is your story that you want to talk about? Disney Parks news.
So they replaced the lamp at Walt's apartment. Let's just put it out there.
Okay.
So there's the original lamp that is currently stored at the Walt Disney Museum in the Presidio in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. It is not out for us to see, but it is stored there. Mm-hmm. Then there is this lamp that was just there, not this one, but the one that was there between the original and the one they just replaced. Mm-hmm. And I actually, yes, I agree. This lamp is beautiful in its own way. It's definitely more of like a bubble figure, but it is more close to the original than the one that was there, the middle guy, the number 2 guy. Mm-hmm. But it's like, why did they replace it? Like, why do you got to touch it? Like, just leave it. Now I'm all feeling some ways about you replacing. So now we're on lamp number 3. Like, calm down. There's enough changes going on right now. Don't be changing up a lamp. Like, chill out. So, I did kind of geek out a little bit, and there was some pretty funny stories about after his passing and the custodial and how Walt maybe kind of messed with people, and like they would turn off the lamp on accident and they weren't supposed to, and that lamp would go back on. So I did some dives and that was pretty funny, but essentially the lamp has been replaced. This is lamp number 3, and it is beautiful and it is definitely closer to the original. But why? Just why?
Are you saying my tattoo is not correct anymore?
Oh, sorry, yo.
Yeah, you better get another window.
You got to get another window. Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah. It is beautiful, though.
Yeah. I did hear that. I've heard the stories about the light coming on and off, like the janitors.
Yeah, some pretty funny ones. Yeah.
I think that park is definitely haunted, and I think Walt's spirit is there all the time, doing and things all the time. That's just. I totally agree with that, because his head is buried. Yeah. His head is frozen underneath pirates. I mean, let's be real. You know, that's we know that's true, right? I mean.
Yeah, but if it's on the internet, it's real.
Of course,
yes,
100%, absolutely. Brianna, thoughts on the lamp being changed? I mean, we got to change our logo, everything. This is not.
I know. I was like, I think the biggest difference was because it's a different color. I was like, it was kind of a stark change. I was like, I feel like they could have at least, met with a more color that was similar. But I overall, I sent that picture and I just like stared at it for a while and I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure here in like a few months I'll be used to it and it'll be fine. But right now,
in a few months it'll be Christmas, so then it'll be a Christmas tree because they put a Christmas tree up at Christmas time.
They do. So
I wonder if it
after
got
that.
broke and they had to.
Right, that's kind of what I was wondering. I was like, what if they were like cleaning and someone knocked it over?
That's
Yeah,
fair.
like, oh shit, we just broke Walt's
I'd hate
lamp.
to be that person.
Yeah, it's like, what can we do
Tired.
quick?
Yeah.
So I get this globe that was up like in the kitchen or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
like,
and they just set it over
There's
the
a
thing.
lamp in the closet over there. Go
Yeah.
grab that one.
Yeah. Lewis, thoughts on the lamp? What are you going to do to change our logo and stuff? I mean, this is a kind of a bad
Just
deal.
gonna
I
make it a
didn't really
microphone.
think about that. You're not going to make it a
that's
microphone.
I mean, I can definitely make it work. It's not that hard. But I mean,
We don't need to change it. I'm kidding.
I'm curious though to see if maybe this orange sphere is like their little like we're gonna try this during Halloween season, so they do the tree. I wonder, or if
Draw
this
a
is
little
like their
pumpkin face on it.
or if this is like their backup plan. Maybe the other one is broken or being replaced or repaired, and maybe now that social media is so big, like this has happened before, and we never realized they switch it out when it's being replaced.
Yeah.
But honestly, it doesn't bug me that much because it shows they're putting thought and like energy into it. But I agree with Brianna. That color is just it's pitiful. Like
Well, that whole
was
room is
not-
pitiful. The whole,
It's floral.
yeah, well, the whole room is
floral.
floral. The whole freaking
No,
apartment
but
is floral.
Yes, but
Yeah.
the lamp itself, it's like it looks like only half of it is painted.
Well, I think
I
it got broke, and this is a temporary one.
I'm glad we didn't get like. I'm glad they kept it as if Walt or Lillian were the person themselves. I'm glad we didn't get some like Mickey shaped blown glass one. Like, stop it right now. I'm glad they like. You know what? Let's try to keep to the era.
Yeah, but I feel like they could have made like an exact replica of the original one. I mean, we have some freaking brilliant players within this Disney umbrella. Like, I want something that I can't tell the difference.
Okay, well,
I don't
It's
want
like
some
with the amount
fear.
of technology, with the amount
Yeah.
of talented people, there is absolutely no way that we couldn't get a replica of the original.
And this is such like an iconic piece. Like, what? What is happening? Sorry. That is all.
This is the
That is
new
all.
Tarzan treehouse concept for the next month.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this every episode. What do you think's happening with the lamp? Lamp
Yes. The
Gate
lamp.
2022.
Lamp.
We're going to have to.
I bet you Will Smith made it.
Yes. Look,
So-
rumor. Heard
So
it
Lewis,
first.
you're going Friday to Disneyland, right?
I am.
I want an update on the lamp and make sure it's the same one.
Send us a video, please.
Okay,
Oh, absolutely.
Zoom in.
Nicole, you're going in 2 weeks. I want another lamp update.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Brianna, whenever you go again, I need lamp updates.
I was going
We
to say,
need-
I'm sure I'll go here in the next week or so. So
This is. You guys don't understand this. This lamp is like it's the signal. It's the sign of our podcast. It's the freaking
Batman logo.
It's the freaking thing that
It's the Batman logo. Yes.
Till Nicole started going off about this, I really wasn't thinking about it. Now I'm like freaking out now.
You're
'Cause
welcome.
It's like it's the look
You're
of our
welcome.
show. What if they change
Yeah.
the window? They board it up or
It's
something.
not.
board it up.
It's okay. Listen, I
Halloween.
hate to break it to you. It's not just about Walt's Apartment podcast. Like, I'm just talking about.
I don't know. We're pretty important.
Yeah, we are pretty big.
I mean, I didn't
you hear what
say
they're doing
you
to the
were
fire
not
spot?
important. Huh?
What?
Did you hear what they're doing at the fire station?
What?
The fire trucks being they're doing like a mobile Starbucks cart in there.
Shut up.
I'm
Shut
playing.
up.
Oh,
Where you can get your pumpkin spice lattes.
That's right.
Pumpkin cream cold brew only sold there.
Yeah, they're putting a McDonald's back in downtown Disney too. So which
Yeah.
would be kind of cool. I mean, let's be honest. But
oh, stop it.
what? There used to be a McDonald's at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're putting a Best Buy in Tomorrowland.
you guys.
Just change.
Taco Bell and Adventureland.
Change. Oh, that's a great adventure. Change Mexican pizzas. Yo,
Did you get your
yo,
Mexican pizza?
I did.
I did too. It
Yeah,
was so
I did.
good.
Let me tell you, man. I pull up. I was worried because of where I live. I went to Ashland and I pulled up into the Taco Bell. I say, please tell me you have Mexican pizzas. And the guy laughs and he's like, oh yeah, we got it. I'm like, oh hell yeah, it was so good. Because something goes away for a bit. It's like the McRib. The
Hold
McRib.
on.
Oh, what y'all
Hold
shaking
on.
your head? Wait.
How? Please elaborate. How in the? I don't know if we can. What cuss word? I mean, how do you run out of the Mexican pizza ingredients? That is 98% of the ingredients you use for everything. How do you
don't know.
stop serving that?
Marketing.
I don't know. It's marketing. Look
Everybody talked about it.
Look at what's happening
the
right
lamp.
now. Oh my God, the lamp and tostadas and our freaking group chat, the tostadas, and tostada is just a flat taco. Yes, I understand, but so is a Mexican pizza then, but it has weird sauce on it. It's so good.
I have not had Taco Bell since I was pregnant with my daughter Emma, and she is 17. She just turned 17, and this
once a week.
Yeah, I haven't been. And I was like, came home from the football game on Friday with my best friend. And I was like, girl, we're going to go and we're going to get us a Mexican pizza. And we were so excited. We ate it in the parking lot.
Was it so good,
I was like
though?
a teenager all over again.
It was the best, right? It was the best,
It was the best. It was so delicious.
Okay. Let's get on to our next story because we can talk about food all night long, honestly. Who's left? Oh, the big L dog. Little Louie. Little young L. So you're going to Disneyland on my birthday. Are you going to wish me happy birthday from Disneyland?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, now I am. It's birthday.
Yeah. I told you that you were going on my birthday. That's why you were going. You said you're going with your family, but we know where you're really going because I can't be there. So you're going to celebrate my birthday.
And look at Disneyland gave you a gift. They gave you a new lamp.
Shut up.
They replaced the lamp because they're actually sending Sean the other one.
Yeah, that's it.
So he can have it in his office.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what's coming from D23. Maybe
first.
I really am getting something. Yeah. Yep. It's not my magazine. It's actually the lamp from the City of Commerce is where it's coming from, but whatever. Okay. Lewis, give us your news because we got more stuff to talk about. We got Disneyland. Disney bands are back. What the hell ever they're called.
Bands.
That's it. We'll talk about that. Oogie Boogie. Getaway today. Lewis, please.
All right. So if you heard Main Street View, which obviously everyone listening to this has heard it now. So obviously Toontown is my favorite land for many different reasons. But
I still don't get it, but okay.
Okay, real quick.
I mean, when I was 5, I would say that, but I don't think I would
hold
say
on.
that anymore.
So Toontown is what Star Wars is trying to be. It's a full immersive land, top to bottom. Everything is themed around that. Even cast members are kind of goofy looking. So, but it's great. Like their outfits with the cow spots and orange hats. Like, what are you doing? But so they released the maquette of Toontown. So I have a couple of things that I hope happens. One, I don't think it's going to happen, but I hope Toontown is open later. Because Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad has 2 extra new scenes that Walt Disney World doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the little maquette from D23. The colors are very bland. It looks okay, but it's a model. It's supposed to have the neon lights. Neon lights only work great when it's dark. I hope Toontown is open late. But what I really want to talk about is how much more extra love Goofy's house is getting. Goofy's house, when I was a kid, used to be the playhouse of all playhouses. They stopped that for many different reasons. It is coming back. It has the whole new immersive backyard. It looks like a miniature version of, I don't know the name of it, but where Up is on California Adventure side, where they do the I'm blanking, Oogie Boogie Bash, the maze that they do. It's a miniature version of that. Yeah, the trails. Donald Duck's house is getting a splash pad. The Gadgets Go Coaster's being rethemed to Chip and Dale. That's my biggest excitement that came out of D23 because of the fact that Toontown is going back to what it should have been, and that is an immersive playground in the park.
Right. And
I think it is doing what Star Wars and Avengers Campus can't do.
Bold statement. I think I did see something that they Danny and David, we're going to have them on from their podcast in a couple of weeks and into October. I can't think of the names, 5751 or 575 something like that. Their podcast coming up in a couple of weeks. But just ask Danny and David Vaughn from TikTok. They have a podcast, and they actually went to a Imagineer questioning session at D23, and they actually were talking about Toontown, and they did say that it would stay open later. It will close for the fireworks still because it has to, because they shoot fireworks from right behind it, so they can't have people that close. But it will shut down during the fireworks and then reopen because of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So they did confirm that it will shut down, but it will reopen up because they have to, because they are
Will they
banking.
have to clear out the ride for the fireworks?
Yeah, they'll have to clear out the land. and close
yeah,
it.
I think I was like wondering if they would keep the people inside, but then I was like, I guess they can't just hoard them inside.
Yeah,
while the fireworks are going off.
You think about it. I mean, the fireworks are 25 minutes long, so you have to get everyone out of there.
I mean, clearing the line could be like an hour long.
Yeah.
Or I wonder, do they close the land early because remember, Disneyland only does fireworks like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, weather permitted.
So that'll change when that new show comes. It'll be every day.
I'm curious if it's open Monday through Thursday late, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it scales back. Well, because we're not getting a new show, just Walt Disney World, isn't it?
No, Disneyland's getting a new one. Is the platinum anniversary Wondrous Adventure?
Oh wow!
Yeah, they're going to feature all 60 of Disney's animated films in one fireworks show.
So cool!
Yeah, I can't wait. And then they're going to drip the whole park in platinum, which I think is going to be cool. Kind of like they did for the diamonds. Remember when the diamonds ruined the castle? Remember when they did that?
And it was just a tarp for like
and they had to fix it because so they're going to paint. I don't know if you guys saw it. D23. What were they? $200 ears. The
175, I think.
The platinum ears. They were really cool. They were. I saw someone had them, but they were really really cool. They had like platinum dripping off of the. It was cool, and that's what the whole theme is going to be for. Yeah, but yes, Lewis. From what I did hear, they are going to close it and reopen it every night because they are expecting that ride to bring in so much relief to the rest of the park because it's going to have one of the biggest capacities. Like it's going to have a capacity like Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean for people to get on it, which will bring people to a completely different area that has always been underutilized, which is Toontown. So
that Toontown now is going to be so multifunctional. So you're going to have that ride that's going to be at the very back of the park. But I think for me, I don't have little kids anymore, but the biggest thing is that organic play. You are able to have a safe place where they can go. They can do the splash pad. They can go to Goofy's house. It can be interactive. And yes, the sign of the times, there is going to be things that are stimulating and things that they're going to get to push and touch and see. But it's still an organic play for them. They're still able to use their imagination, get out of the stroller for a little while, let them run free, let them be silly. And then as well, this ride that's going to be at the back is going to bring just a shit ton of people as well. But I'm most excited for this land to just have its own little update, but still keep the core value and the core principle of what we love it for. And that's that organic free play. Yeah. And I love how they're just bringing it to the current times.
Yeah. Brianna, thoughts?
Yeah, I was going to say, like I said, I would have said this was my favorite park when I was 5, Toontown, because honestly it was. My core memories of Disneyland, the one time I went when I was little, is like 98% Toontown. I remember Toontown and the fireworks. Like those are my big memories from Disneyland when I went when I was little. Right. And so I am so excited for this update. I might not be little anymore, but I am going to enjoy everything. And I love Runaway Railway. Ooh.
That's hard to say. Good job.
That is really hard.
I can't say. I have to stop. Runaway Railway. I can't say it fast. I don't know how people say it fast.
And so I'm really excited to see what they had. And I'm so happy about this. Like I do love Toontown, so I'm ready for it to be cute and like I was a kid again.
And it gives Toontown 3 rides now.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a change. It's gonna, like I said, give a lot of relief to the rest of the park, which I think will be
which I can't wait for people to be able to go back in that corner again because it is crowded in some areas.
I think that is all of our news. There is the other news that, and I think the treehouse that we've talked about, and I think Toontown for one is really going to play into the last story, which is the fact that Disneyland is getting the Magic Band Plus there, because I don't know a lot about it because I've never used it. I think Nicole and Brianna both have used them at Walt Disney World. But from what I understand, they work very well at Walt Disney World because it's so big and you can use them for so much. At Disneyland, so much smaller. They're saying, what is it going to actually be used for? And
so much.
Yeah. So I think you're going to have so much freaking interaction, I think, with these. And they're saying, I guess, that Phantasmic will light up. They'll light up for Phantasmic. The fireworks, they'll light up during fireworks. What World of Color, that kind of stuff. And then interactive stuff throughout the park, which I was just there a few weeks ago and did not see a lot of stuff that they could be updating this with yet. I know they're doing something in Galaxy's Edge for like a bounty hunter thing where you walk up and you scan it and you do like a bounty hunter and search. But let's touch on Magic Bands really quick, and then we'll get into Getaway Today and then our other stuff. But Nicole and Brianna, you guys have used them. Thoughts on this? Is it worth it to Disneyland?
The Magic Band Plus system, from what they're introducing it with, no. Magic Bands in general, I like. I'm also hoping that they'll introduce the Magic Mobile with this as well. That is where you can add the Magic Band system onto your phone as like a card in your Apple Wallet or whatever the Android version is, and then it can also go to your smartwatch, and then your smartwatch turns into your Magic Band. That way you don't have two on.
Right.
Obviously, if you do that, you can't play the games that the Magic Band Plus, but right now at Disneyland, there's only one game, so.
Right. I think you're going to see a lot in Toontown. That's my opinion. I think Toontown's going to be a big thing for this. Mm-hmm. I think the tree house, whatever they do, is going to have a lot of stuff that's going to make people want to go up there and use your Magic Bands. They're going to give you a reason to want to go up there and do this. That's my opinion on that part of it. But
I hope so, because the price for these is kind of steep. So needing that extra whatever we can do, and this is all being built, they have the perfect opportunity to put interactions in.
Okay. Cole, what do you think?
So, Walt Disney World is a destination, a vacation destination. People go there who aren't typically like huge Disney people, right? And then you have Disneyland, that is a very intimate park. You have a lot more of a local, meaning local, even myself, who is 6 hours away, 5 hours away. Originally, the talk was like Disneyland would never get Magic Bands. They're not set up technology-wise down underground to be able to handle the Magic Band system. I just don't see it being like, especially Brianna was saying, the plus. I love the interaction that it's going to bring, Toontown, Galaxy's Edge, all of those features. And yes, you can bring your, if you were able to bring it to your Apple Watch. But when I was in Walt Disney World, I used my phone. Like, it's still the same way as I did for Disneyland, and it was still all right there. You're still getting your phone out to make your reservation, for your Genie Plus. You're still getting your phone out for all these things. And yeah, you're able to scan in like with your Magic Band into the park, and so you're not fumbling, and it's a lot faster, and you're able to pay that way. You're able to have the interactives, like all of those things, but I just don't see it. I don't see it being worth it.
Okay. I appreciate that. Lewis, any thoughts on it? I don't know anything about them, so I don't really have an opinion on it yet till I try them out and experience them. I don't know anything about them, so.
I mean, I've done a little homework and research on it. I don't think Disneyland should do it. I am more or less technology in Disneyland. Like, I like making reservations on my phone for like Lightning Lane is tight. I didn't have a problem with the old Fast Pass system where you go and get your little punch outs. I don't like that Disneyland is going so technology based, because like for me, I have 3 kids, and when it comes to food or fast passes, like I'm on my phone in line trying to make that happen. And I like being able to just do what the park is offering in person. What was those? Remember those Mickey Mouse ears that you could buy with the show and it lights up? Like, how well did that go over? First off, it didn't. The technology didn't work all the time. Mine would be blinking red. My wife's would be blinking blue, and we're at the same show. So I think they're trying to bring too much technology. Yeah, they're bringing too much technology in the park. Put back the magic in the park first. Rebuild Tomorrowland. Finish the damn treehouse. Leave the Magic Bands in Florida.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so that wraps up our news for this week. Which this is great. I'm digging this idea of us each bringing a story, and the other one's kind of not really known about. It gives us something to talk about, But I appreciate you guys doing that, doing your homework on the stuff. I'll take a quick second. I want to take a quick break, and we'll learn about our sponsor getaway today, and then we're going to talk about Oogie Boogie. We'll be right back.
Well, hello, and welcome to Let's Get to Know Our Sponsor. Getaway Today has been helping Disney vacation dreams come true since 1990. Whether you choose to visit the happiest place on earth or travel to Orlando and beyond, they want to help you. Need to know the best hotel in the area? What theme park ticket should you buy? Have a last-minute change? No worries. Their travel experts are always here to help. Want to book a cruise and don't know where to start? Hey, they can help with that too. They will help you find the perfect cruise for your vacation, whether it is your first time or you're a well-seasoned cruiser. When you book your cruise with one of the Getaway Today's experts, you will have a dedicated agent to help you every step of the way. They take care of the details so you can have the most fun. Getaway Today has layaway, peace of mind travel, allowing you to cancel or make changes up to 72 hours in advance. You will always have the most up-to-date vacation information, both pre-arrival and upon your welcome. Getaway Today will guarantee the best prices with no hidden fees. And every time you book through Getaway Today, they will donate a portion back to a charitable organization in your area. And so far, over $4.5 million has been donated. So click the link in our show notes to start your Disney vacation planning for more information and the best deals. Tell them Walt's Apartment sent you. And until next time, enjoy the view from Walt's Apartment.
All I'm thinking during watching that video now is that the last picture is the lamp, and it's not that lamp anymore.
I literally was just like, oh, look at the old lamp.
I'm like, look at the old lamp. Yeah. I mean, I can look at my arm and say, oh, look at the old lamp. This is a bunch of horse shit, actually. I'm kind of bummed about the lamp. Yeah, Getaway Today, check them out. They're awesome. We're hoping to have Kim on next week, but I forgot that I have to work, so I have to figure that out, actually. I might have to reschedule her to do that. Getaway Today, check them out. They definitely can help book your stuff. They have lots of cool stuff. You guys learn about like stuff that they, extra perks from the hotels and stuff when you book through them that they can give to you. And then our other sponsor as well, Debbie. It was cool meeting Debbie and her husband Steve. It was Steve, yes, at Designer Park Co. on Thursday, Disney Plus Day when we were there. I gave Steve my ears because they got there late, but I told him he could sell them for $500 because people were selling for $500 on eBay. Like 3 hours into the day, people were selling their plastic Disney Plus Day ears. But since I got back from B23, I've seen so many things that people were trying to sell. You guys got
Have we looked up the pen yet? The pen that we got during the Legends ceremony?
No, I've seen people I've seen people wanting to trade for it. A lot of that. The picture you guys got of Thanos, the Thanos ride, someone was trying to sell it for like $60.
Oh, that's it? That's all I can get?
Did you see the Mickey Mouse cards?
Oh, the cards are insane. Those Lorca, what are they? Lorca or whatever? Like $500. I mean, you guys are out of your mind.
I know somebody that got $18.50 for a Mickey pack.
Like not $18, right? You mean,
no, like $1,800.
Jesus. I mean, whatever. If that's what you do, if that's how you. I don't know. I have a. That's a whole nother topic. We can have a topic about that on Main Street View, Lewis, because that pisses me off, man.
Flippers.
What?
Flippers?
Oh yeah, it drives me absolutely insane. These people that go in, like once they announced Splash Mountain was going to close like 2 years ago, people went in and just bought everything,
bags of merch,
on bags, because we're gonna sell it and make money on. Stuff's still here. It's been 2 years later now. All those dumb people spent all the extra money on something they didn't have to.
That's how it was, though, when Brianna and I went shopping at D23, is people were just buying stuff to buy it.
Yeah.
And it's so by the time we got in, there was nothing left.
Yeah, especially like all of like the Disney 100 stuff. It was all gone.
That's crazy.
People were going in to buy it.
I don't know why they don't limit. Isn't there a thing? And this is almost like a live show going off the rails again. Isn't there an issue with people's passes, like their annual passes, if they get caught doing this?
Yeah,
Can't they
I just
take
got
them?
a notification for my Walt Disney World one, and it says like my discount can only be used for personal use only, and it can be revoked, like if they find selling anything or using it for like non-personal like items.
Because I guess they could run because you're using your card to get you're using your pass to get a discount. If you're buying 40 of the freaking Brer Rabbit, you're obviously not buying those for friends,
Right.
But why would they allow that for one? Why do they limit people to like 3?
Well, they do, but there's little ways that they can get around it. It's like 2 per person, so they can bring their family of 5, and each person can grab 2. And then for t-shirts and stuff, it's 2 per SKU number, and every size of the t-shirt has a different SKU number, so they can buy 2 of each size of each shirt.
That's insane. Shirt. That pisses me off.
It also depends on who's at the register. I've seen cats where it says that, but they're still walking out the gang of them. And then also too, they don't use their AP. They don't use that discount, and then they're like, all right, cool, I'm still going to sell it for 3 times as much. So I think it just depends. Like, I got nothing against people that are flipping it for, say, I buy it for 20 and I sell it for 21. All right, you give somebody that can't get it right away the opportunity. But, like, stuff that's free and you're flipping it, I hate that. Like, the ears going for $500, it's like, dude, you could have left that pair alone and somebody else could have got it.
Yep.
But if you're doing it for a couple bucks more just to make $1, okay. But when you're gouging on Disney's dime, like, you know what? That's a bit ridiculous.
Oh.
Yes.
Sean gets to edit.
51.25.
Thank you.
51.25.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's my bad.
That's the one thing we can't say. I mean, we can, but you're going to get the Mickey laugh just so.
Oh, that's the case. I'm not just kidding.
Just one more time,
Dropping them the whole time.
Just drop like 10 of them back to back. Whoever's listening, it's like, what's happening right now?
I remember the first time Sean Nyberg cussed. I was just like, and Sam's like, it's okay. I'll tell you how to fix it. And then she sent me this little thing. It's just Mickey Mouse, and you just put that in over. You drop down the sound of the thing. You raise up the sound of that, and you just put it in that spot, and it works out perfectly. But it's. Yeah, you'll all get to hear that now. Thanks, Lewis.
That was my bad.
That's all good.
I was in the vibes.
That's all good. But I agree with you.
He was feeling some feels.
It's absolutely true. And I love the fact that we always talk about an hour, and I always worry about it. And we're going to go over an hour again. Are you guys all good to keep going? We got Oogie Boogie. We got Oogie Boogie still, and Disney Parks. Did you know? So,
and I still got things to say about Magic Band.
Do you want to do that first, or do you want to do did you know last, or
we can do it before Did You Know?
Okay, we'll do that. So let's talk about Oogie Boogie. Let's spend like 5-10 minutes on Oogie Boogie if you guys are cool with that, because I know Nicole's going. Nicole's been there. I've never been. Lewis, you ever been to Oogie Boogie?
Nope.
Ladies, take over. You guys
talk
about
fun.
Oogie Boogie. Okay, you guys talk about Oogie Boogie. I'm just gonna chill.
All right. Sorry, I'm realizing I don't know what my Disney Did You Know is. I'll figure something out later.
You can go last.
Sounds good. So, Oogie Boogie Bash is the paid Halloween party at Disneyland in DCA every year that sells out very quickly. I learned that the first year that they took it over to DCA. Now I do not hesitate anymore to buy tickets. Siri's listening to me. Hold on. So, I don't know. What do we want to talk about this? Like, again, the one thing that I do love about Oogie Boogie Bash versus like Walt Disney World's Boo to You is the treat trails, because you get to meet the characters in the treat trails, and this gives you so much more opportunity, and it's so much more interactive than what you get at Walt Disney World, because all of their characters are either in the parade or you're standing in 3-hour lines, which there are some of those characters now at Oogie Boogie, but they're worth it.
I guess we can just ask you some questions.
I mean, I can keep going in like a narrative version, but I was like...
So I have a few questions, because I've been like quite a few times, and it's one of Emma and I's favorites. This year, so one of my things I have to agree with you I agree with you a lot on a lot of things, but wholeheartedly is those treat trails, to where they really allowing you, like, I use the word intimate a lot this show, but like an intimate experience with them.
That
and
word's
then
okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We should just go through and put the making laugh on all the intimates and see what it sounds
yeah,
like.
it's just going to be the whole show. But I also do like how they bring out some of those characters in Main Street, like Cruella and the stepsisters and some of the others. But
yeah, I saw
did you
Pain and Panic and Hercules, all these characters that you don't normally get to see, and they're just kind of standing out around the circle.
Did you use scan your wristband this time?
Yes. So that was my favorite new thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So tell me.
With your ticket to Oogie Boogie, you get free photo pass, and usually you have to go into your phone, get the little code for all of the photo pass photographers to scan. And it doesn't always load great. And that was the biggest issue. Last year, they told us to make sure that we took a screenshot of it and had it like up on our photos so they could do it. And it was such a pain. This year, you always have to have a wristband, and you have to keep the wristband on during the whole show or the whole party so they know that you paid for this separate, ticketed event. They put a little QR code on the wristband that you can scan with the Disneyland app in the photo section, and it connects it to the photos on your phone, and then all the photo pass photographer has to do is scan your wristband.
Oh, nice.
The QR code on your wristband, and it's so much easier. The photos pop up pretty much instantly. Like, they would take my photos, scan my wristband, and I'd be walking away and able to go right into the app.
I love
and the
that.
photos would be there. Like, it's
because
so
last
much
year it was like a shit show because there was like a bunch of photos that we didn't even get.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember our photos took forever to show up. If they were magic shots, they would take hours on end before they would show up. Like, my friend and I both, like, had screenshots of it, and it was just whoever could get to it the fastest, and you're fumbling, you're trying to grab all your bags because you sit them down for the photo, then you're trying to grab your phone and, like, show it, and then get out of the way so people can, because there's so many people there, you're not trying to, like, hold up the line any longer. This is so much faster. It works so easy. I love it.
I love it.
Little thing that they did was add a QR code, and it's made life so much easier.
Well, and especially like those who have little kids versus us as adults, like it just seems like it makes it this cohesive experience where you can like really have that fun with your photographer and not be fumbling. Mm-hmm. Like that is a definite plus. And I saw they have Hocus Pocus, which is huge.
Yes.
And I love that it's not like it's Minnie and Clarabelle and
Daisy
as the characters, not like the characters themselves, which I love.
Just the Sanderson sisters. It's Daisy, Clarabelle, and Minnie dressed up as the Sanderson sisters.
No, I heard some controversy on that part of that. I guess that's who's on the cruise ships too. For the Halloween part is the Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, and who's the other one? Clarabelle are the same ones, and people feel like they're being slighted now to go on the cruise because they just have it at Oogie Boogie Bash. So people were like, it's just something else for people to bitch about. Let's be honest. I just thought, why are you bitching about that?
There's always like certain characters that come out. I mean, Walt Disney World has Max as Powerline for their Halloween party that we don't have. So, I mean, this is something they always do. They bring out rare characters. Like, even without them, I mean, like I said, I saw Hercules and Mulan dressed as Ping, and Pain and Panic are usually there. They have the Kingdom Hearts characters, like Mickey and Goofy and Donald, I think, are all there. And those come out like on regular days either. I mean, this is a paid separate event, and these are the perks that you get for paying another almost $200. Like, so you're going to get something more.
Biggest question I have for you: is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yes. It's so much fun. It's like, I wish it was longer. Like, I am running around constantly wishing that I could do more, and you definitely have to pick and choose. I really just went for the treat trails. I didn't even get to do Villains Grove because the line was pretty long, and I had done it the year before, and I don't think they'd changed it, so I decided to go ahead and skip that. Mostly, and I probably would have had time, but I decided to wait in line to meet Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle. Yeah. And that was an hour plus 40 minutes of waiting before the party started. So
I've heard that
40.
That's the biggest one to meet, I guess, is them, and also Ernesto de la Cruz, which I guess is amazing.
Yeah, and Ernesto is a treat trail, so it actually goes a little faster. But
So you just got to be
Bruno is
prepared
not.
and like record as you go with the tree trails.
There is, and they actually had, at least for Ernesto, they put off a little side area where you can step off to the side and record as he's singing, and other people can keep going through the tree trail. And they did that for one other too. Well, they've actually kind of manipulated it for a couple others. I know they didn't really have it for Oogie Boogie, and everybody was stepping aside. And I'm pretty sure I have a video where you can just hear the cast member yelling for people to move. And I'm like you can barely hear Oogie Boogie, you just hear the cast member yelling.
And they have this year they have the allergy bags. Is something new that they've added. So like those kids or adults who have, whether it's a peanut allergy is the big one for the candy and such, but dairy allergy, wheat allergies, and so now they can go like the big thing, like even just in your home, is having the turquoise light on your doorstep or the turquoise pumpkin saying that you are a allergy free, or friendly home. Now they have those on the treat trails. And so they know, like, when you get that bag, which you can go to City Hall, I think. I don't remember. But you can go, and then the cast members already know that you have to have an allergy friendly treat. Yeah.
Do they have
no Snickers for you?
Right. I know at Walt Disney World there's like a special section you go to, and they already put like allergy friendly treats in the bag, so it's already kind of like
very cool
for you. I don't know what they're doing here.
You get to go through, like, and I mean, like, my son has a deathly peanut allergy, and then Emma has her own allergies as well. So like we've just kind of trained like as we go, like what they can have, what they can't, and just to kind of manipulate it or whatever. But for some parents who aren't comfortable with that, it just makes it really nice, that identifier.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
so it's worth it. You guys would do it. Is there an amount you wouldn't spend to do it?
I don't think I'd go much over $200, but
no, I think I'm at my max.
Yeah. And it's 5 hours, right? 6 to 11.
6 to 11. Yeah.
Get in at 3.
You can get in at 3.
Right?
Now, what I did is, since I am a Magic Key holder, I made a reservation for that day and went through the regular line. I still got there around 3 o'clock, but I was able to skip the party entrance line, which was a lot longer. And just went in with a reservation, and then I went in and checked in the park.
And you can still go in and check in early, right? You can still okay.
Yeah, so and you could go in earlier than I did. I was just running late, and I was actually planning on trying to get there around 1, but it ended up being a little before 3. Like, they hadn't started letting in the party people yet, but I was able to skip that line.
Right on.
So.
I've also heard from Club 1313 that if you jump in Villains Grove like 15 minutes before the event's over, you're able to enjoy that with a lesser crowd. So if you really want to do Villains Grove, I've also heard if you hit it at the very beginning or at the very end, you have a very good opportunity to be able to experience it with some space, see all the visual stuff, because it's a very beautiful visual show.
Yeah, that's what I did last year. I'm pretty sure we went last, and it was I don't remember it being crowded. And then I was hearing all these stories about the line, and I was like, I don't remember the line. It was fine. And then it was because I went pretty much very last year.
Yeah.
And this year I was just honestly exhausted.
Right.
D23 and moving and everything. I just kind of I had these ears that I bought at a pop-up shop that said Disney Cool on them, and I just wore some black clothes and my platform shoes that I talked, because Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle come out in platform shoes.
Oh, nice.
So we compared our platform shoes.
Right on.
Also, Bruno, you do get to meet Bruno, and he is not part of the treat trail. So it's almost, I have been hearing people say to line up during the parade, which especially the first parade is very crowded, on the streets. Everybody's waiting for it. So there are some shorter lines during the first parade. During the parades, oh my gosh, Dr. Facilier, he's in the parade, so he has to leave his treat trail, so don't expect to see him, and they potentially close that treat trail down. And I know they used to close the treat trail down that's right outside of Avengers Campus, and that's Ernesto. And I didn't fully go and ask, but I did notice that the line had stopped because I had started getting in that line.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we weren't moving anymore. And I was like, oh, the parade starts in like a half hour. I'm not standing in this. And so I went back later.
So good.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you talking about that. And anything else you want to add about it before we move on?
You get tons of candy. You can go through the treat
I've
trails
seen
as
the
many
pictures.
times as
It's
you
crazy.
want. They give you a little bag. I went through every treat trail once and then 2 treat trails twice. And I filled up my bag, the little bag, 3.5 times. Like I would fill it up and dump it into a bigger bag.
Yeah.
So there's
they don't mess around.
Yeah. There
Candy.
are just these like little like trick or treat bags from Target that expand that you can like fold up. They're just like reusable bags. Those are like godsend.
Okay.
Take those with you. They're like $5 from Target.
That's what we use. So good. Can't wait. I'm going on my birthday this year too. It's on the day.
That's cool.
So good.
Lucky. Yeah. Oogie Boogie, check it out. It sounds like Walt's Apartment Podcast Extra Magic Hour gives it a 5.
2 thumbs up.
5 lamps.
5 lamps. 5 original lamps.
5 original lamps. Okay, 5 lamps.
Or, I guess it's not the original.
We should start rating everything on all the shows. I think we're going to start that.
5 lamps.
How many lamps would you rate this? 1 to 5.
So good.
I love it. Okay, that's a new thing. Okay, look at that.
I think we should do 7 lamps though, like that special Grammy that Walt got for 7 doors. We should do 7 lamps.
That's fair
Okay.
too. So 7 lamps. You rated 7 lamps?
7 lamps.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to Disney parks. Did you know? Let me ask you guys a question. Did you know that guests spend 83 times more on average day than they did 65 years ago? The average, this is an older thing, so I had to go add a couple of years to it. The average cost per guest in 1955 was $2.37. It was about $2.37. $1 for admission and 25 cents for parking. The rest are rides and souvenirs, and rides from souvenirs. The cost for a similar visit today is $195. That is 83%, an 83% increase, or I guess an 83.
Okay, but I would have thought it was more, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what this page Disney
Let's be
facts.
real.
Disney facts that will blow your mind. That's what they said. So that's my Disney parks. Did you know? It's way more expensive than it was then. That's kind of the moral of that story. So,
but so is bread.
That's true. So is gas. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, is gas leveling off down there yet?
It's still, I got here and it's like, in Anaheim, it was like right around $5. Here, it's like around $5.15. I think when I got here in February, it was like $4.80. I think it was like $4.80 when I got here in February. So.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we're $4.50. We're $4.50 right now up here, and they pump our gas for us.
Oh yeah, I will still never forget the time that I drove through Oregon, and the first guy, I was stopped at a really small gas station, actually in Ashland, and he came out and ran out and was like, they pumped the gas, and I was like, all right, whatever. And the next place I got out was like a big truck stop, and so I just got out and started, and the guy came running over, and he's you can't do that. And I'm like,
they lose their mind, man. When I moved up here, I remember we pulled into Ashland in the U-Haul. And I got out, and it's the same thing. It's like right off the exit by my work now. And I pulled in there, and I went, no. I'm like, Mike, you would think you're killing someone by doing this.
Yeah, he's like, we'll get in trouble with the fire marshal.
It's the law or something. That's how they are able to pay people up here, I guess, they pump your gas. I love pumping my own gas. I don't understand why I can't do it.
You can come pump my gas. Totally fine.
Okay, that's fine. I love it. I love doing it. I don't understand why we have to pay someone to do this. Lewis looks so confused right now.
I mean, I'm down with someone doing anything for me. Hey, you want to?
That's fair too.
You want to cook dinner, clean my house, go to work for me? I'm in.
Okay, but here's the thing though. If you're in a hurry and you're sitting there like at a truck stop and there's 3 guys working 18 islands, you have to wait. You can't go just pump your own, and it's a bunch of crap. And even like when COVID happened, I think when COVID happened a little bit, we were able to, due to COVID, you can pump your own gas. I'm like, yes. So I would get to do it. But again, off the rails. Who's got another Disney parks? Did you know, Lewis? Tell me. Talk to me, brother.
So mine comes courtesy from Provost Park Pass.
Nice.
So outside of the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique, there are 3 like carved totems. There used to be 4. The 3 that are left are carved of TikTok Croc, Captain Hook, and Mr. Smee. Peter Pan used to be there, but when Snow White got its remodel, the first Fantasyland remodel, Peter Pan unfortunately did not make it to the cut. That used to be an original Peter Pan store when the ride opened up. So if you go into the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, take a look up before you walk up, and you'll see 3 carved Peter Pan characters: TikTok Croc, Captain Hook, and Mr. Smee.
Nice. I'm going to be Smee for my Disney cruise.
For Pirate Night?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be Nana, still at home.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Nicole, we're giving Brianna time here still, so go ahead and give us yours.
So I decided to stick with the light theme that I went tonight with the Walt lamp. And does anyone want to take a guess on how many light bulbs are in Disneyland?
I'm going to go with the Price is Right guess and go with 1.
What?
Good answer.
Okay.
Good answer. Like Family Feud. Good answer.
Good answer.
I'm going to go with light in the entire place?
In the entire park.
Just Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like the park itself, or is it like maintenance rooms and all that, or?
Including maintenance room, like the whole, like. Yeah.
1 million.
So I'll give you guys a 1 million.
No, I was at 1,784,963.
Very specific.
Yeah.
So just on like the Main Street USA, like Main Street, there's 11,000.
Oh shit! I screwed that up.
So there's
That's it?
I know, right?
That's it. So there's approximately only 100,000 light bulbs
in the whole
I feel
park.
like some of those twinkly trees have 11,000 lights.
No,
Right.
because the Main Street Electrical Parade has thousands of sparkling lights and electromagnetic musical sounds.
Are you quoting? I think you just quoted
Main
something.
Street Electrical Parade.
Yeah. I feel like you just quoted something.
I did, because that's what they say.
Yeah.
With
I feel
thousands
it.
of sparkling lights and electromagnetic
So
musical
there you
sounds.
go. There's my.
100,000? God, that seems light. See what I did there?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Did we give you enough time?
No.
We can talk about the lamp some more, how pissed off we are about this lamp.
Did
If
you
you
guys?
want, we can
see-
lighten your load.
Did you
Shine a
guys
light on the
see,
subject.
Who was it? Black Widow and Hulk.
Oh my gosh,
In
Hulk
the-
looked pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, Hulk looks amazing. However, he looks like he walks with a stick up his ass.
Well, he has
I
to.
mean, I'm probably sure he is actually.
Well, did you see at D23, they had, if you noticed at D23 when we were walking in that one part for the parks where they were showing the Spider-Man, where they showed the Spider-Man, animatronic, right to the right of that was, they were showing like the guy walking with the big hands and stuff. That was that. So I think you're going to see a lot more of that.
You need to go. I forget what
He does
I
walk
saw it
weird.
on today. But I was very disappointed. I felt they could have done more with his actual movement.
Oh,
It could have been more Hulk-like.
yeah. They're getting a lot of crap that the Hulk is, that he's wearing the time space uniform, but they have to do that because that's the only way they can like hologram his face in there and stuff. So I get why they had it, why they did it. So whatever.
I get why they did that too, and I honestly wish they didn't do it and they just had him like grunt and growl instead.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're used to that. I mean, Mickey Mouse doesn't talk to us on Main Street, so we're used to characters not talking, just being in the picture. So it does. But I'm curious to see when we see Thanos now, because obviously you get King Thanos rides coming. So I have a feeling we're going to see Thanos when that happens.
It's
I think we're
coming.
going to see a lot of big characters. I think someday we'll see Sully. I think we'll actually see a Maui, your favorite character. I think eventually down the road. I think we're going to see some of
Stick
those.
with us, buddy. Stick with us.
It's okay. You
It's
got one
okay.
yet, Brianna?
Yes.
All right.
All right. So I don't think we've talked about
Let's
this.
talk about it anyway.
It's pretty known. I remember, what was it? Walt Disney wanted to make sure his parks were always clean, so they strategically put up how many spaces we needed between trash cans, and what was it, the amount to like eat a hot dog, and to have the wrapper, and how long you would hold that wrapper to throw it away. So there is basically only 30 steps between each trash can or you in a trash can to make sure that the parks are always clean.
Good. Did you know?
I know. I was like, oh, this is perfect since Cole's here.
Yeah, that's us.
Yes,
Yeah, little fun
That
fact
made
about
me so
Cole.
happy.
She's a huge trash can gal. He's big on the trash cans.
Only at Disney.
Yeah.
You know what makes me mad about
only
those trash
Disney.
cans though? Is when you walk 30 feet to a trash can and when you walk back to where your party's at, you realize one was just right behind you.
Yeah, every
That's the
time.
worst.
Every time. Every time. And I
I know,
believe
you always
at
do
one
that
point,
like glance, and you're like, "Oh, there's one over there," and then when you're walking back, you're like, "Yeah, there was one right there."
They put it there after I walked away.
They did. They brought it. They rolled it right up behind
Okay,
you.
so that was Disney Parks. Did you know? So we're gonna wrap it up with Brianna. Give us your quick thoughts on the magic bands, because we've went over again. This is great that we're coming up with so much content to talk about now. But
Look at us, full extra magic hour.
yeah, hour and a quarter right now.
Yeah. So we talked about Magic Bands coming. I have been able to go to Walt Disney World and use the Magic Band Plus. What was it? They have. I'm assuming they're going to do everything very, very similar to how Walt Disney World rolled theirs out. You're going to have two different options in your Magic Bands. There's like a plain color version for $34.99, and then your version with like different patterns or pictures or something on it for $44.99. You can use a discount on these, but they're still kind of steep. And with all of the interactions coming, I'm sure that these are going to be something that kids will want, especially when we talked about Toontown and possibly the Treehouse coming with interactive features. So
do they fit kids, or are they separate sizes?
So there is an extra piece on it that you can peel off, and it will make the band shorter.
Oh, okay.
And you can snap it on. You know, it comes in like the adult size, and then you can peel off the extra
gotcha. Okay.
part of it, and it becomes shorter for a kid's wrist. I have found that these magic bands pop off your wrist really easily, so just something to be cautious about. I found it even more than the regular ones. Every time I take my backpack off, the magic band would fall off.
Oh, geez.
Every time. It's like, I don't know, maybe I take my backpack off weird, but it is just something to be kind of cautious about, because these are very expensive and you don't want to be replacing them. They are very light, which is nice. I was worried with the battery and everything in them and the lights that these would be a lot heavier than the regular ones, but they're still very light, lightweight. They're not quite breathable, but hopefully in Disneyland that's not as permanent as is in Walt Disney World, where you're sweating to death every single day in 90-degree heat and 90% humidity.
What's this D23 week?
Oh my gosh, yeah, we very much learned what it is like in Walt Disney World during D23 week. They do have to be charged, and when you buy them, they are partially charged. But when you want to set them up through Bluetooth and everything, they have to have an update as soon as you open the package and connect them. The update can only happen if the Magic Band is at 60%. It is a hit or miss if the Magic Band is at 60% when you open it or not. Mine was not. So luckily I bought mine at my hotel. I was able to charge it and then update it, get it all set up, and then go to the parks. But if you're buying it in the parks, be cautious of that potentially happening, and you might not be able to use it the first day that you have it. People have been saying yes and no, it does charge with portable chargers. I've known people that said it didn't really charge with the fuel rods. But if you have a bigger portable charger, it will hopefully charge. But I have heard mixed reviews on if it does charge with a portable charger or not.
Have you heard if it can last a full Disney, like, open to close?
The battery
like a full
does.
day?
I have only charged mine once. And
Oh,
I've
nice.
used mine
So
for
it does last.
3-4 days. The battery does last, but right now there's not a lot of the interaction features people say work best when it's at full charge. So if you're really using the interactive features, I would suggest potentially charging it every day, however you want. But it's supposed to last a week potentially. I have not used it fully every day for a week to like say that it does or not. So I don't fully know the actual span if someone's tested that battery life or not, but it is supposed to last for like a week. There is a section when you go in, I'm assuming they will set up the Disneyland app the way they have the Walt Disney World one. You'll go in into like the little menu section, and there will be a spot for your Magic Band, and then you can control the features in the Magic Band. I found it very helpful in the interactive features if I went in and changed the sensitivity to high. That way it was more sensitive and it worked better when you were waving at the statues. I did not try the Bounty Hunter game. I do know it's kind of like a hot and cold game. It's supposed to, I think it lights up colors if you're getting closer, and then it starts lighting up red if you're getting further away. I've heard mixed reviews on how well it works, because like some people start, if you're walking straight, but you need to like go left, it will start going red, but then you think you need to go backwards, and like, so there's not
I've heard that
direction
too.
with it, so it's a little hard, but I don't know if that will ever change. That just might be how that game is, but it's just kind of like a hot and cold game. It does drain your battery in your phone. It does connect Bluetooth. You do need the Play Parks app along with the Disneyland app to have it connected and using the full features. When you use the interactive features, the first day that I used it, the battery in the Magic Band lasted, but my phone was dead by noon. And that doesn't happen. I can almost get through a whole Disney day with my phone. Not with the Bluetooth on the Magic Band, so make sure you do have a portable chargers ready.
Garbage.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was also using Genie Plus, but I've used Genie Plus in the past without the Magic Band or without the Bluetooth features on the Magic Band and the interactive features, and I've never had my phone die like that.
Yeah.
But I was, like, at lunch, and, like, my phone was dead. I put on my first little charger, and it can usually get my phone. It doesn't do a full charge. It does about a 70% charge. It did maybe 20 or 30% before it was dead. I went through my big battery pack, and it still only got my phone like fully charged. Like, it was
crazy. But I have heard that.
You can turn the Bluetooth off if you're not using it for interactive features. The chip in it should still work for your entering and exiting the park, or entering the park using Lightning Lane. I think those are really the only two features for the chip at this time. And that should be able to help you save battery. So I think those are the big things that I have. Make sure you have portable chargers with you.
Yeah, sounds like
plan to be able to charge it somewhere, because it does have to update before you can connect it. And you can change the colors on it, so it comes with its own select like featured colors depending on the Magic Band to match its little theme. And then like you can set up like if you want a couple different colors for the light show or the parade or Fantasmic or World of Color. So you get a little bit of customization there. And right now, those are the features that we'll get at Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah. Charging.
Knowing like you've used your phone primarily in Disneyland and obviously using your Magic Band primarily in Disney World, like what do you think will be your go-to for the park, for Disneyland?
For Disneyland, I honestly will probably stick to my phone unless I'm wanting to do interactive features or I'm having a big day, like kind of like how we had with friends where I'm using Lightning Lane the entire day. Those would probably be the only days. I don't like having two wristbands on, so if they introduce Magic Mobile with this and I can use my Apple Watch as a Magic Band, I will do that consistently.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
No, for sure. For sure.
So one other thing I gathered from that is fuel rods suck. And I've always heard that fuel rods are not really good. So you guys heard,
they're really, the convenience of them is being able to switch them in and out. But honestly, I like having my big battery pack. I can charge stuff way faster for more time, and I don't have to search around to like switch out the fuel rods.
Right. Okay. So that's it on the Magic Bands? Anyone else have thoughts on Magic Bands? Lou?
I got one little question. And I don't know, and we probably won't be able to answer this yet. I'm just hoping that they release a Splash Mountain one before they close it down. If they don't, I'm not buying it.
Okay.
There, noted.
Okay, well, hopefully Disney's listening, and they'll get one out for you before that happens. Right. So, and if you're listening, Disney, Hook us up. I want to check out that new lamp. Just saying. Yeah. Yeah, that brings us to the end of our show. I appreciate you guys so much. Lewis, where can we find you on social media, my friend?
You can find me on Instagram at Sunken City Designs, all one word and no spaces.
Okay. Thank you for sticking with us tonight. Brianna, thank you so much for sticking with us. I know you're just back to work, so I appreciate you taking the time. Where can we find you on all the social media platforms, things?
You can find me at TikTok and Instagram at Brianna_K7.
Perfect. And then you can find all of us as well on Walt's Apartment Instagram, Walt's Apartment Podcast. The second Walt's Apartment page on Facebook will be going away soon. I finally deleted it, so it's going to take a couple weeks to go away. So hopefully then we can get rid of the other Instagram page. Nicole, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on here. And I would love when you get back from the cruise to maybe come on. I want to hear about a Disney cruise because I've never been on one and I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if it's something I want to do. I've always been afraid of the water. I've seen Titanic and I just don't know. But thank you for helping.
Has anybody ever done a Disney cruise or like a cruise of any sort?
Mm-mm.
No,
Yeah, I did the SS YouTube a few years back and watched all types of videos of cruises.
Okay, good.
That's my favorite.
Good. Okay.
It's safe that way too. So you're good.
No Titanic.
But Nicole, where can we find you on social media if you want to share?
Instagram at Cole Hefner.
At Cole Hefner. Mm-hmm. Perfect. I thank you guys so much. Another great hour and a half, Extra Magic hour and a half. I appreciate you guys so much. And from all of us here at Walt's Apartment and Extra Magic Hour, have a magical day, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.